Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
We've all caught wind of haunted houses and insanely unexplainable supernatural encounters in the past. Today, we will dig through the blood-curdling scenarios that were luckily caught on tape. Through the depths of the night, creepy creatures linger. Instances like an innocent family coexisting in their humble home with supernatural entities are just but a drop in the bucket. Stay tuned as we review the top 10 list of videos of paranormal activities featuring scary experiences. Number 10. Mother and daughter visit the deceased sister's grave. The devastating video we're about to go through was shared with us by a grieving sister. Many agree with the idea that supernatural existence is just a tale used to creep out small children. But today, we finally have credible proof of paranormal activity. As we can see from the clip, a grieving sister visits her sibling's final resting place with her young child. The toddler has no idea of death. The young lad seemed to get pretty comfortable at the graveyard. At some point, she got on top of the tombstone. Furthermore, she was seen to tiptoe for a kiss. What was even more thrilling is the fact that she waved off to an invisible creature. Perhaps her innocence is what led her to see her aunt in a form her mother could not see. But we can't rule out the fact that her late aunt's spirit was present. Number 9. Haunted hospital, paranormal activities manifesting itself. A young couple invests a whole ton of their savings towards purchasing a hospital setup. Little did they know about the mysteries that roam the lonely hallways of the hospital, and the untold stories buried in this rather ravishing construction. Unfortunately, both parties risked their whole life savings towards this investment with high hopes of success, but they're faced with tremendous challenges along the way. The contractor who'd been awarded the tender to renovate the building was unable to continue with his job from what he claimed to have seen. He said that he came across shadow people wandering through the building, and this creeped him out. The couple was prompted to seek some professional help from experienced ghost trackers. From the night vision footage captured inside the building, a female creature seemed to traverse through the property. Upon further investigation, they found out that the paranormal creature was a ghost of a surgeon who worked there back in the day. Not sure if this is the right time to warn them, but they should run and consider that just a really bad investment. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 8. Haunted house, creepy encounter with a ghost in their home. New York City is known for the hype and fun experiences, and no one ever thought it harbors the creepy creatures of the night. In the depths of Staten Island existed a small factory town that was almost extinct, if not for the few remnants of the neighborhood then known as Kreischerville, consisting of a mansion possibly inhabited by the spirits of the family that lived there for ages before their demise. Visitors have reported mysterious encounters and scary sounds in the dark. Staff and local historians had something to say also about who might be haunting the Stone Age Kreischer mansion. Clearly, the family doesn't want anyone on their property, and seems like a reasonable idea to just let it be. Number 7. Weird sounds in man's backyard. Digging through the internet brought us to the clip of a young man believed to have had a brush with the creepy creatures of the night. It was a chilly evening as he rejuvenated himself with some sports on the television. The young man was caught abrupt with some weird howling coming from outside his window. Attempts to peep through the window were in vain, as he wasn't able to catch a glimpse of anything. All this time, the man's camera was running and you're able to hear the noises. Although the sound quality was a bit poor due to the cranking sound of the AC, we can distinguish the creepy noises that come to a sudden halt, never to be heard again. The weird noises practically scare the skin off this man, who further admitted that there must be some supernatural forces out in the woods. Number 6. Creepy video of items tossing themselves from shelves. Todd Bonner is the co-founder of Detroit Paranormal Expeditions. While investigating Eloise Psychiatric Hospital, he experienced an odd encounter on the 3rd floor. He was aware of the mysteries that lay under the roof of the Eloise Psychiatric Hospital, and he wanted to see for himself for sure what went on in the dark alleys of the abandoned hospital. He went armed to the teeth with cameras, night vision goggles, among other things required for such a job. The whole footage was running smoothly until the wee hours of the night. We heard thudding footsteps in the clear alleys of the hospital hallway. There was no one to account for the weird sounds apart from them. Mysterious activities took the better part of the night, with items tossing themselves from shelves, doors slamming themselves, not forgetting the creepy whispers in the dark. This is an electrifying experience which only the strong-hearted can face. With that, we summarize that some paranormal entities were manifesting themselves in the abandoned building. It was evident that some weird stuff hovered in this hospital. Since no clear picture of whose ghost may be haunting the place, we're left to assume that probably one of the patients who visited the asylum back in the day must have some kind of unfinished business. Number 5. Hunting ghosts in a haunted museum with real paranormal investigators. Supernatural investigators explore all sorts of controversial phenomena. But what can be believed? Is the standard of appliances they use accurate and reliable to come up with proof of existence of paranormal activities? If you don't believe in the existence of supernatural entities, you might believe after watching the above clip. A team of thrill-seekers and a professional group of ghost hunters went into the old museum after proper preparation in attempts to catch a ghost, or at least communicate with one. The night was still young and the crew was adamant to get a glimpse of what they sought to find. It wasn't an easy chase, as ghosts know how to cover their tracks neatly. After endless hours of roaming through the ramshackle of a museum, they finally got to experience the manifestation of what was assumed to be a ghost on the premises. One of the experts wasted no time after hearing the sudden wind whistling through the corridors. He used his expertise to communicate with the unseen creature. This was a devastating moment, as we can hear some weird kickback sounds in the background. The team was forced to go down to the basement, following a hunch that it was a hotspot of where most weird stuff happened. The basement area was creepy. The fact that most unsettling artifacts were stored here made it even more spooky. Individuals who sat on the barber chair in the basement admitted to feeling panting on their necks. Others added that the chair vane rated on its own at times. And the creepiest of them all were the running footsteps down in the basement. Number 4. Bloody Mary TikTok gone wrong. Real paranormal caught on tape. Finding yourself scared by an application whose main intent was to entertain and have fun is exactly what happens here. You know for sure that paranormal activities have become the new it thing. The video features 2 girls who seem to be roommates. One who loves occupying her time with completing TikTok challenges, while the other just seems to watch her roommate. She starts off her challenge, and all of a sudden, the lights go off. While they go on, they were trying to do the Bloody Mary challenge, which may have provoked Bloody Mary. Safe to say they quit TikTok and all of social media. Well, not quite, but that's at least what I would do after screaming my lungs out. Number 3. Houston's most haunted bar, La CARAFE. La CARAFE is one of the places where an array of people stop by to experience the cool city life. Localism is known to bring out the good in American cities, but has rapidly lost recognition as a result of humorous paranormal allegations from guests at the ravishing bar. The owner of the place had a lot to say, and she also admitted to the creepy stuff people experienced inside this bar. Once, a man felt a tap on his shoulder while using the washroom, and he was all by himself. The bar attendant added that one of their customers approached him and asked about what killed the woman in the restroom. Further proof of ghosts inhabiting the place. What was even more devastating was the sudden tossing of bottles from the shelves on their own. With the few testimonies gathered from locals and staff, we can conclude the existence of paranormal activities in the magnificent La CARAFE bar. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on our future video. Number 2. ORGMAN Paranormal. Like most videos in this list, there's no credible way of confirming the authenticity of the paranormal creature features. The setting behind this sighting is in the dark and empty room spaces that are spooky. In this particular clip, we can see the camera move around as if searching for something in the dark. This is where we see a creepy mannequin figure stunned by the flash of the camera. The creepy creature doesn't seem to be the center of interest as a shadow in the background disappears into nothingness. Some have speculated that it was simply the mannequin's shadow on a mirror, since there was light on it, but scientifically it wasn't possible. With such an unclear video that only has a few seconds to it, maybe the people filming wanted some YouTube clout or were looking towards gaining interest in the venue, since it was converted to a haunted exploration site. Many people believe that most videos shared online of paranormal activities are but just mere hoaxes and have been staged perfectly to convince the undoubting audience. But is that the matter, or is this place indeed haunted? Number 1. Owner who lives alone is woken up in the middle of the night by her dog. Dogs have been man's best friend for eternity, and that bond just keeps growing stronger as days go by. An innocent lady is left with chills in the middle of the night after her dog abruptly started showing signs of distress towards something behind the door in the middle of the night. The owner's efforts to calm her dog down were in vain, but after a few minutes of restless barking, it suddenly went quiet, something very weird, as if whatever was behind the door finally left. The owner didn't have the stomach to confirm her worst fears, so she was left struggling to scrub that thought from her mind. After watching this video, how convinced are you about the paranormal? Do you believe there's more than what we see in broad daylight? Let us know in the comments down below.